Right, folks, this is a serious one. I've got me here, I've got the June over there behind the camera.
Hello, folks.
Hello, folks. Now, this is one about, obviously, the major situation in the world, and it is not Leicester's back four. This is about the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. Now, what I say is, I'm not meaning to offend. If you don't agree with me, please respectfully put the comments down below and I will listen to them. I will read them, and I will spin them around in my little pea brain because I do like other people's opinions. So that's how it goes. Now, Ukraine invasion. I think this is more of Putin seeing the West as weak. We are not as strong as we seem to make out. I'm not defending Putin in any way. Oh, we love her.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Not at all. We think of the ideal world as everybody loving each other and embracing and everybody accepting and all that. It ain't fucking like that. Putin's ideal world is Soviet Russia. Back in the day. Soviet Russia, communist state, and that's it. He's not bothered. He don't give a fuck. He'll do what he wants to do. I see that the Ukrainian president, ex-comedian, whatever he is, can't remember his name, he wants to sit down and negotiate with Putin. He wants to sit down and have a chat. I don't know what he's going to negotiate with.
The fact of the matter is, Putin wants Ukraine. For whatever reason, right or wrong, he wants Ukraine, and there's going to be no stopping him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, the whole of the West looks weak, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And I think he's seen an opportunity. Is that thing in Afghanistan?
When we all fucking came away.
Yeah, that thing in Afghanistan, I think that was probably the tipping point for him. He thought, here's my opportunity.
Yeah.
He's looked around and he's seen how weak the West is.
I think he wants Russia back in before the 90s.
But from what I can make out though, all of Putin's citizens, or not all of them, obviously not all of them, but a good majority of them, from what I'm hearing,
on the grapevine,
adore him. They think he's fantastic.
Well, they do.
Now whether that's fair or a bit of brainwashing or maybe a bit of both, or perhaps just respect, I don't know, but they say that he's done great things for them.
Well, the thing is, what I've done is, my sexy, I've actually made some notes, and what we'll do is we'll go through the notes and we'll see why the Russian people adore Vladimir, who looked like Unky Steve.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. So what it is, I personally don't think these sanctions will work. I think Putin has been planning this for days.
Days?
Weeks?
Decades.
He's been planning this for ages and ages. He knew his day would come.
Yeah, the thing is, he's going to think, what's the first thing the West are going to do to me? They're going to impose sanctions.
Yeah.
Right, let's save up for a rainy day. And I think that's what he's been doing.
I think that as well. People are going, oh, he's a madman, he's this, he's a dictator, he's that. He's a very clever man. He's a very, very clever man. He rules with an iron fist. He takes no shit off nobody. Unlike our Western leaders, who just absorb shit, he won't take shit. There's a famous clip once where there was something on it was in a company.
He's in a meeting, a conference.
And he went to this one bloke, he goes, I don't see your name on the list, don't you? No. And it's like, he then made the bloke come over, sign it, and then the bloke walks off with Putin's pen, and he went, give me your fucking pen, give me my pen back. That is how he works. He works harder than our fucking dog barking at people walking by the house. So the sanctions won't work. I think we need China on board with this to condemn or condone.
Condemn, you fool.
Condemn this actions by Putin.
Do you honestly think that'll happen though?
No, I don't. I don't think it. I think China don't give a fuck. China haven't given a fuck about anything. Russia don't give a fuck about anything.
That was another sign of weakness, wasn't it? The old COVID thing.
Mm.
The whole COVID thing. We all locked ourselves in and cowered away.
Yeah.
From a virus. We
Yeah.
all hid behind face masks.
Yeah. Well, you never saw Putin wearing a mask. Never fucking ever. If you Google Yahoo or Jeeves or whatever the fucking hell it is, Putin wearing a mask, you cannot find a fucking picture of Putin wearing a mask. It's like, you go and see, you watch our leaders, right, at the G7 or whatever, that fucking bloody cop out 26, and like, they're all walking around with the masks on when they want to, when it's a photo opportunity, because obviously they might have a real idea what was happening with the virus. And then they all do this chicken dance. They look like fucking thingy on the in-betweeners.
Chicken.
Yeah, they're all doing this. There, look, touch me elbow, folks. Yeah. But you never seen Putin do that. It was a sign of strength and I will take this on. And it was like, you know, I ride a horse without a fucking shirt on.
Do you know what though?
You'd look good riding a horse without a shirt on.
Shut up, you fool. Yeah, I mean, just the whole reaction to COVID just came across as cowardly.
Yeah.
Now, rightly or wrongly, there's no denying that it was a very dangerous virus to some.
Yeah.
But I think we just... the whole approach seemed cowardly towards it.
People will be writing in the comments about that. Tell that to the people who have lost family members. But, you know... What can you say?
Like I say, I'm not denying it wasn't a dangerous virus to some, but you've still got people now who are terrified.
Yeah.
Now, if Putin's looking at the West and seeing that, he must think,
what are they doing?
Yeah.
What are they doing? And they're still in meetings now, aren't there, where people are wearing masks.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, let's get a grip. But the other thing about when they left Afghanistan, right, they left millions and millions of pounds of machinery, weaponry, intelligence, vehicles, the fucking lot.
Helicopters as well, weren't they?
Helicopters. What do you want to leave? You know, all you got to do is get in it and fucking fly it out. Well, I don't understand that. Just get it up, fly it out, and dump it down, and then come back and get it in a bit.
Yeah.
I fucking don't understand it.
Or trash it at least.
And then it's like, you think, well, hold on. The American army, the British army, whatever fucking army was there, ran away from a load of fucking tribesmen and goat blokes. They're fucking unbelievable. Yeah. But you see, the other thing as well is that Putin will look he'll look over to the West and he'll watch Biden on the telly with his... And he'll come out and he's like 4 hours fucking late because he's got fucking Ovaltine or something down his shirt, or fucking runny egg. Mind you, that's no good because I do that on my fucking reviews. And it's like, he's there in front of the camera, he's on auto cue, he can't read the camera, he can't read the auto cue. Somebody asks him a question, a prepared question, he can't answer that, so they fucking drag him off. It's like, he's just a fucking embarrassment. And Putin looks across and sees a bloke who is weak, a president who's supposed to be the most powerfulest man in the world, as weak. And then he hears about these rumours of him shitting himself in the Vatican and farting in front of Camilla. And it's like...
He must be laughing. He must be laughing at us.
Oh, he's laughing that much he's invaded a country.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know Ukraine is a part of NATO. And I understand that there was a couple of parts of Ukraine that wanted independence.
Well, I think they were independent. I think they've always been independent, haven't they?
Yeah.
Ever since the Second World War, I think.
Or something like that,
I think they were fighting with the rest of Ukraine, squabbling with the rest of Ukraine. And from what I can gather, these independent states called for Putin's help.
Yeah. And I think... they've been saying it's something to do with rebels and stuff. You see, this is the problem, you see. The media don't actually give you all the information of what has been going on. You have to go and hunt it out and find out what's been cracking off. Because we don't trust we don't trust media, do we, Lover?
No.
Whatever the media are saying about this, I don't particularly trust. I have to go off and we find out what we want to find out, don't we?
Yeah. Try to, yeah.
Yeah, but you look at Joe Biden and he just doesn't fill you with any confidence whatsoever.
No.
You know, But I will say this. I think, well, under Trump, nothing like this fucking happened. Now, you're not going to give me... I don't care if you give me shit about, oh, you like Trump and all that. I can't say I really like Trump. I just think he was a fucking stronger president than this fucking silly old fuck who we've got in charge now. When North Korea, started firing fucking missiles all over the place, Donald went in and he went, you can pack that fucker in now. Behave. Because my button's bigger than your button. China didn't intervene into that, and Russia didn't intervene. So there must have been something about Trump that stopped it. It's an absolute, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole of the Western world is in a shocking state.
It's in a shit show.
Yeah, it's
in a shit show. But what else I want to talk about, June, my baby, is that while Russian troops, I've got this off a magazine thing. As Russian troops pile into Ukraine and Russian bombs fall on Ukraine cities, what are the security services in the UK focusing on? Do you know what they're focusing on, that Junie baby?
I have no idea.
White privilege, apparently. I should have got bloody Chris in for this. He'd been pissing his pants. This is not a joke. Britain's spies are being urged to consider their white privilege and declare their pronouns as Europe descends into war. This comes from a leaked report on improving diversity in security services written by Sir Stephen Lovegrove, the UK's National Security Advisor. It also advises against using gender terms such as manpower and even words like strong and grip.
But when you've got a rocket on top of your house...
Yes. Which
you're
can
going to be really worried about that, aren't you? What people call you.
Yeah, which can reinforce dominant culture patterns. So there you basically have Putin invaded, and we're worried about using the word manpower. It's a complete fucking joke.
So what are we going to say to Putin then when he's knocking on the front door? How would you like to be addressed?
Yes.
He, she, him, they, that, those.
Or
they.
whatever you want to be, an elephant or something.
Yeah.
Or a Russian bear. It'd be a Russian bear, wouldn't it? It cracks me up that it's like if one of say somebody of our army was captive by the Russian army, and they're sat there and they're having a word with them under the Geneva Conventions, all nice and that, cup of tea, biscuits, very English, very British, and they won't use the word manpower. What would happen? Would the person who has been caught go, oh, you said the word manpower, or grip?
Don't they like grip?
Well, apparently you can't use grip either. Strong. You can't use these words.
Well, surely that should be what you are.
Well, the thing is...
in a war, surely you want power, strength.
Yeah, but the
They're
thing
the words
is...
you should be using.
I can't understand...
Sorry, people, I bounced you then.
Yeah, okay. I can't understand. It's like... If you're offended by a certain word that's like manpower or Manchester United, you shouldn't be in the fucking army. You shouldn't be putting your life and a leg on the line for your country.
In fact, I don't want people like that fighting for king and country that are going to be offended by a word. I want people that could...
Queen and country, she's not yet dead.
Slip of the tongue.
Or is she dead? We don't know, do we? I bet she wakes up in the morning and goes, Claire! Oh, what is alive? What is still here? Philip? No, he has gone, me duck. Oh, fair enough. Also, it's like our forces as well are being... It's like we're too worried about... So I seen something the other day, I did it on a paper review. Unisex uniforms. I don't understand.
No, I don't understand unisex uniforms, because if a woman who is built like me... with an arse and norks, you ain't going to get men's clothes on. You are not going to wear men's clothes. It ain't happening.
And the bloke, I suppose, has got to wear trousers to fit your arse and to fit your tits.
Yeah.
He's going to be baggy out here and baggy out here, walking around looks like he shit himself, and the opposition are just going to fucking laugh at him, ain't they? He's fucking shit himself. I mean, what they got? You're getting Stella McCartney in to do these fucking uniforms, so they've got like nice little stripes and fucking... it's just fucking unbelievable. But
no, it's not unbelievable.
Well, it isn't. No, it isn't unbelievable.
This is what it's become.
Yeah. The other thing is that he'll look over at us and he will see that we're arguing over things like where to go for a piss.
Yeah.
Have we got the right toilet? Have we got the right sign on the right door for the right person? He sees all this as a sign of weakness. Just go and have a fucking piss. Just go and have a shit.
Yeah.
It's unfucking believable. But Putin's looking over to the West and seeing this. Russian people, right, they're hard as fucking nails. They're like granite. They'll live on a potato and a bottle of vodka.
Yeah.
Our lot, we can't even go for a fucking Starbucks, right? And if it's wrong, if somebody's put the wrong name on it, they just go melt. Oh no, they put the wrong name on my fucking Starbucks. And it's like, they've not put cream on me Shut the fuck up. That's fucking unbelievable. Yeah. It's like, Putin, right, he's got people living here in this country. You've got Russians living here. Russians mainly live in London because they fucking own most of it, thanks to us selling it all to Russia. It's off my nasal hair trimmer, lover.
Oh.
I've shaved my head because I know I was going to do this and I didn't want to rip my fucking hair out, so I shaved my head. We've got Russians living in London, right? And what they do is they must watch our news, they must read our newspapers, our shitty fucking newspapers. And they see things like police cars with rainbows on them. And they'll look at that as a fucking sign of weakness. It's not a sign of authority that we have to paint a cut. Now, we've got no problems with gays. Now, that's an old classic saying. I know gay people. We do know gay people.
Very good friend.
We've got a very good friend who's gay, who came to our wedding, right? Very nice man he is. He's June's mate. But I used to work with him, and he is a real nice bloke, yeah? And I just don't understand the point in having a fucking rainbow on a police car. I also don't understand the point of having a pelican crossing or a zebra crossing that's now been turned into a fucking zebra crossing. It's just not a sign of authority. If Putin looks across and he sees it as weak.
Well, the trouble is these days everybody's offended, and everybody's afraid of offending somebody.
Yeah.
And it's the wrong attitude.
It is.
It's totally the wrong attitude. You might say something in all innocence.
Yeah.
And somebody chooses to be offended.
People go, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I'm offended. I'm offended. You said for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Well, you better get used to it because it's fucking happening a damn sight more.
Yeah.
1 second. And another thing, Putin will look over at us in the West and he'll see everybody going green, right? And I don't mean like the fucking Hulk. He'll see everybody driving around in an electric car. Everything's got to be electric. But what is happening is, everybody, if you've just bought a car for say £30,000 plus, right? That car, you can't afford to put the electric on to fill its fucking battery up.
Do you know what? Sorry, go on.
Sorry, mate. No, I'm just saying you can't afford to do it.
This whole thing is putting the world into perspective.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a wake-up call to everybody.
Mm. It is.
Yeah. You know, stop being so bloody complacent and being offended by things that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Get a life.
Yeah. Well, it is.
And see what's happening around you.
Well, you see, they're all these politicians. They all want to be seen to be doing and saying the right thing, but none of them are saying and doing anything that's fucking right.
They're not showing leadership.
It's like the Western world is now being ruled by fucking Greta Thunberg. She comes over, all these politicians, oh, let's have a photo with Greta because it makes me look fucking good. Greta, stand here and I'll stand and have a photo with you because then it makes me look like I really care. Greta love, if you're watching, can I ask you a question? What do you think of Russia's carbon footprint at the moment? Because at this moment, sweetheart, they are flying fucking planes all over the place. They have got 18-litre diesel tanks flying all over. Well, they're not flying, they're driving.
They're burning.
They're burning everything.
Tanks
everything.
on fire, aren't they?
Everything. It's absolutely... So, Greta, can you just tell me, sweetheart, what do you think of Russia's carbon footprint at the moment? Because I bet when you speak, Greta, I bet Mr. Putin and Xi Jinping, or whatever his name is in fucking China, what's his name? Jesus Ping. I bet they don't listen to you, sweetheart, and that must really get on your norks, because they are not listening to a word you fucking say. And in fact, there's a lot of people in the Western world who are not listening to a word a spoilt little child is saying. Are they?
No.
So,
no.
I bet Putin sits down, I bet he goes, Greta, what the fuck do you know about running a fucking superpower country?
What does she know about life at 18 years old? Is she 18?
She's probably 18.
Bloody live a life.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Yes, live a life and grow up. Also, I'd say not Greta. I'd say Putin. He'll see over here that we have protesters and they are ripping statues down, and they are basically then getting away with it. Statues being ripped down, painted, daubed, everything. They're just being destroyed, and Putin will look over and say, what the fuck's going off over there? I bet, Junie baby, if you went over to Russia and pulled a statue down, I don't think you'd survive long.
I wouldn't want to pull a statue down because I would respect their history.
Well, that's it. People will be saying, oh, you can't respect somebody's history now. That was a naughty statue.
I don't give a fuck.
No, this is the way it is. Also, I'll say that Putin will be watching over here and he'll see a woman who has been raped, murdered, set on fire by a policeman. Now, I'm not saying all policemen are bad ones. You know, I would say, well, I'd like to say, I hope a majority of the police force are good ones, wouldn't you, Junie baby?
I would think they are.
I would think they are too. So, there is always a bad apple in a bunch of bananas. And he looks over here and he sees that a policeman has done that to a woman, and then we have a vigil, is that the right word?
Yeah.
And then as these women are paying their respects, they see the police attacking these women and beating them and arresting them.
Well,
that is another sign of weakness.
I just think they'll see the police force as weak.
Yeah.
They're not enforcing anything.
They won't actually go and pick on a real criminal. They'll go and pick on some women and arrest them. They'll pick on what they do is they'll go and get the weakest or the ones that look the most vulnerabilist and just take them, and that's it. And Putin will see that as a sign of weakness. It's just amazing that this is happening. But also, what he will do is he will look across to the West in these countries where we're having an invasion of immigrants. He will look at us and he will say, you can't even defend your own fucking borders, Boris Pretty Patel. You can't even defend your own borders. You've got dinghies coming in with immigrants that are costing you £5 million a day to put up. He's going to say, what chance have you got of protecting Ukraine borders with my imperial force? Like Star Wars.
Yeah, it's just madness.
You think I'm making light of this? You know when I throw a joke in? I'm not making light of it. I'm absolutely fucking fuming.
Well, I'd like to know what's happened to Great Britain.
Great Britain. It's gone. Fucking gone. Lost.
Yeah.
It's gone down the back of the settee.
This isn't the Britain that I grew up in the 70s.
No, tank. I think that's gone. Well, it might be gone. Hopefully, what I'm hoping is, lover, is that people do wake up and realise what is happening to the country, and that
Let's have a bit of patriotism.
Yeah, let's get some
we fly our flag.
Yeah,
don't we?
Yeah, I've got a fucking Canadian flag up at the moment.
Yeah,
work that one
that's
out.
all gone quiet. It might have banned it all, haven't they, on YouTube and.
Have they?
Yeah, you can't find anything.
All right. So what else is there? Going through my fucking notes. Buying gas and oil off Russia. So a lot of these countries, I know we only buy 5% off Russia in the gas.
Is it 5? I thought it was 3.
5. It's either 5, 3 or whatever. It's not that fucking
Let's say
much.
4.
Yeah, we'll say 4. Strike misinformation.
Approximately.
Yeah, approximately 5%. But countries like Germany, they've bought mega amounts. They must have some kind of...
About 60-70%.
Yeah, that don't sound right to me. Germany buying that much. It makes you wonder if somebody's on a committee or a company.
Why would you trust another country for that?
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. If Germany have had that much fucking gas or oil off Russia and now they've turned the pipeline off.
Are you sure they're not just tapping into the meter?
Could be, couldn't they? I bet they're getting that fucking...
like bottom.
Yeah. Brian Glover sticking his head through the wall. Yeah, now if Germany's lost that much fuel, how the fuck is that superpower going to run? How the fuck is Germany going to survive if it's lost 70% or whatever it is? Whatever percentage it is, it's going to struggle like fuck. And that means the cost of living is going to go up there, the price of electric...
I can't see that these sanctions are going to work.
No,
anyway.
No.
Maybe they will. No. I mean, we don't know, do we?
No, we don't know.
Allegedly, they're cleverer than us.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, allegedly they're all fucking cleverer than us. But even America's bought from Russia. I know it's not a lot of gas, but even there. But I look at it this way, that every time a country's bought gas from, including us,
do you know what?
It has funded this war manoeuvres.
Didn't this happened in the Second World War? That we weren't self-sufficient?
Yeah.
Do we never learn anything?
We never learn. We never learn. I personally think what we should be doing now is, I bought myself a little thing, look, to, we should be drilling for more oil and gas, we should be fucking mining for more coal, we should even be fracking. And we should be all self-sufficient. We've got the resources. I mean, I think somebody said we've got resources for oil and stuff for the next 15 to 20 years. We've got, if we start opening the coal mines up again, we've still got about 20 years of coal or 15 to 20 years of coal. That'll see me through.
Yeah.
That'll fucking see me through. And then, hopefully, we can learn how to be self-sufficient on other things. I think the way
we've got to be. We rely on other countries way too much, particularly China.
Yeah, and this is what I was going to say, is the fact that Putin looks across and he sees that as well, that we have to buy fucking stuff off them.
Yeah.
And it's fucking wrong. But what I do want to say is that in 1990s, when the Gorbachev and that set some of Russia free, they got rid of the Eastern Bloc. Gorbachev made it in 1990 that Germany became one country. I've researched this. I've looked it up. TikTok.
I can remember that coming down. I can remember it.
Yeah, Michael Hasselhoff. Didn't have Kit with him though, did he? Michael. Someone going, what the fuck's he on about? So apparently the deal went that Germany will become one as long as we didn't advance towards Russia. Right? All the countries could be free as long as we didn't advance to Russia, and Germany became one. Because Germany used to be West Germany and East Germany. West Germany we beat in the World Cup. Whatever. And we also beat them in 2 World Wars. And but what's happened is, it looks like we've gone back on the deal that was made, and we have encroached, or is it encroached? Encroached. I thought I was right. And this is what the thing is now. Putin's had enough of it. He's had enough of NATO for moving further to them. Ukraine wanted to be part of NATO. Now, if he becomes part of NATO, that means we could actually put weapons of very mass destruction on Russia's doorstep. But how would Sleepy Joe feel about Russia teaming up with Mexico and just dropping a few missiles and stuff on their borders? I don't think Joe would be very... Well, Joe wouldn't know what fucking day it is.
Would it even wake him up?
Oh, I fucking doubt it. He needs a rocket up his arse. He can have a Russian one. So Russia's defending itself in my book, in a way. But I think there's a better way about it. I don't think it's defending. He just wants everything. He wants to go back to the old days.
Bad,
yeah, he is. another thing that winds me up, and that Putin probably sees weak, is that the way we treat our own flag. I don't like the way.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
The patriotism. Where's all that gone?
Yeah. The BBC wants they don't like the Union flag up. They do seem to find it funny.
Let's see how they feel.
Yeah.
When World War III breaks out.
Yeah, well, let's see how they feel. I mean, you know how it is, the BBC, they don't like the fucking flag waving of, oh, for fuck's sake, what's that thing they do at the Albert Hall? The proms. Don't like none of that. So that's it. So I just think that Putin sees all our leaders as fucking weak, inept, totally fucking useless. They're too busy trying to please people by saying the right thing and doing none of the right things because they don't want to offend. They all want to be seen that they can...
Don't try to please anybody, just please yourself.
Yeah, just please your fucking self. Boris has started to please himself again, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Hey, but I will finish this off on this note. Back in 1914 in World War I and back in 39 in WW2. You thought I would say WWE then, didn't you? WW2. We had kids, and I mean kids, signing up to fight for the country.
Yeah, right? Even lying about their age.
Lying about their age so they could get in there and fight, right? If Russia keeps pushing over this way to the west and keep invading and carrying on, and if we don't do anything, I personally don't think they'll go any further than Ukraine, to be fair, because there's too much NATO stuff around.
They want to invade Ukraine.
Yeah, they did, but Ukraine's not a NATO country, is it? So that's.
I think he might take Ukraine and then.
Yeah, I'm in charge.
Regroup.
Yeah,
I think
he won't invade as quick as Hitler did he?
No.
And he probably won't invade as quick as the fucking Afghan Taliban did either. In fact, there's a point for you. The Russians, not the Russians, the Taliban claimed back more land quicker than the Germans did when they invaded France.
The thing is, though, the Taliban played the long game.
Yeah.
They watched and they waited.
A bit like Putin's done here.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
That's what you were going to say. You see, me and you think alike, don't we, sweetheart? So back in 14 and 39, kids were signing up to fight against the Germans, right? To save their own country. If Russia keeps coming over to this way, I honestly don't think we've got anybody who would be able to fight, because half of them are too busy poncing around on YouTube. I know, I'm fortunate to have this channel, but they're too busy poncing around on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all being influencing nothing.
Do you not think, though, it's a bit arrogant, maybe, to think that you can just go through life not having to deal with everything?
Yeah. Well,
I think that's why a lot of kids struggled with COVID.
Yeah.
Because they've had this.
They've never had a problem.
Yeah, they've had a charmed life. Nothing ever goes wrong. They get everything their own way. Apart from the poor buggers who, have been abused and beaten and Christ knows what. Yeah, the ones that we've really let down because our fucking services weren't up for the job. Yeah. I'm being very critical here, and if you agree, you agree. If you don't agree, then, like I say, put your comments down below. I'll no doubt I'll probably get some comments saying, "I'm unsubbed today. I used to follow you for 2 years, but now I am unsubbed." Well, fuck off then. I'm not bothered. I'm not fucking bothered. But what I'm saying is, we won't. It would be better if they debated their opinion. Yeah. Because that is what has been sadly lacking. Well, this is what I've always said. Always put your opinion at the bottom, and I'll read it. But what I'm saying is if it came to it now, how many of us would stand up and fight for our country? Or would you be there in the army taking a fucking... I need to dance to this one. It winds me up because we can't even get half of our country, as a guesstimate, of knowing what Remembrance Day is about. I saw a video the other day where people in America didn't know what the Holocaust were. They didn't know what the Holocaust... How the fuck can you not know what the Holocaust was about? It's a fucking disgrace. You should be able to look at yourself. You shouldn't be able to look at yourself at all for not knowing what the Holocaust was.
And people were like laughing and joking about it because they're going, now, what do you know what the Holocaust is? No. Is it a group? No. Well, it is a group. It's a group of people who were fucking executed.
Slaughtered.
But this is what I'm saying. We can't even get people to acknowledge Remembrance Day, never mind wear a poppy. And Putin will again see this as a weakness of this country, where we can't even honour our dead who fought for our freedom.
We're a divided nation.
We are a divided nation.
And that is weakness.
It is. We are a very, very divided nation. People have got to start waking up. As we said earlier, hopefully people will realise this war, the world isn't about fucking puppy dogs and cats and kittens and fucking flowers, buttercups and whatever.
And getting your own way.
And getting your own fucking way and being a spoilt little brat like Greta. The world isn't like that. And Putin is proving this. And until we all start waking up and realising what is happening, this is only the start of the end.
To be fair though, when we were kids in the 70s and early 80s, we lived under the constant threat of nuclear war.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood. 2 tribes. Google. Massive. Fucking Google it. And then you got Robbie singing like a Russian.
Yeah.
Party like a Russian. Right, we'll leave that one there. Like I said, folks, you either agree, you disagree. If you disagree, then fair enough. This is a free country. Just debate it. It's a free country. Debate it.
Perhaps this will get people talking.
Perhaps this will get people talking. I don't expect everybody to agree with me, but I do expect people to have opinions on this.
Yeah, don't just drift through it. Don't
ignore it. Don't fucking ignore this.
Ignore it at your peril.
Because this could be the start of a change of life. We thought COVID was the start of a change of life, a new normal. This might be even fucking worse.
This is Putin's new normal.
Laters.